Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Darth Slone, your official partner to content creator for Expansive Worlds. And that is normally the type of video that I'm doing. I'm doing the Hunter Call the Wild or Call the Wild the Angler, as I'm a partner content creator for them. And so that is usually what I'm covering is those video games. But those of y'all that know me, I'm an avid UK fan. And I think I can speak the truth when I say even when I go to high school games and my family sits around me, some of my family can get really riled up at basketball games and they see a call and every call that goes against their home team that they're cheering for, it's like, oh, it's a bad call. I'm the guy that can look at a game because I have refereed, I have coached basketball, and I'm able to usually watch a game unbiased. And I'll be the guy, and my family will tell you this. Those people that know me will tell you I'm quite honest. I watch a game and I'm like, no, we really did step out of bounds, or we really did foul there, or whatever. I'm able to watch a game with an unbiased attitude, usually. So I don't want to come off as if I'm one of those complainers. It's just always like every time we get beat, oh, the refs were horrible. So what I'm going to do for the purpose of this video, this referee right here, every time he blows the whistle, I have recorded it. Good call, bad call, you all can be the judge of that. And every time he blows the whistle, I'm either going to give a point to UK or a point to Texas A&M. For example, this first play, he calls a foul on Texas A&M. So that'll be a point for Kentucky because that call goes into the favor of Kentucky. Okay. So I'm trying to leave this as non-judgmental and unbiased as I can. And I just want you guys to see, I think we're going to see from the results of this guy here, whoever he is, absolutely hates Kentucky. These other two officials did a great job. I did put some other content in here. There are a couple of no calls that this guy stood there and watched UK get hacked and did not call it. And one of these two officials bailed him out and come in and overruled him or blew the whistle because he wouldn't. It's obvious as the course of this video goes, but you guys can make up your own mind. Let's start off with the first play.
Piero will help him out. And then he picks up the foul on the drive.
Well, guard play is absolutely elite in this game. And you see Dillingham, he comes off the bench. This guy just stays ready.
All right. So that one went into UK's favor. So as you can see there's 1 point for UK. Not going to sit there and say good call, bad call. Some of them are simply, and I'm not saying that every single call that he makes is bad either. I recorded every call he made, and I think it's overwhelmingly, well, I'll let you all be the judge of that. Now, this one's funny because, and I'm going to give ATM the point here, even though, but the referee overturns his call. He tries to say it's out of bounds on us. And the other referee comes in and says no, but I'm basing this off from his whistle. The referee in question here, I'm basing it off from his whistle. He called it out on us. Watch this.
Great hands by Garcia, but that will send us to a break. They got to get this cleaned up. It will be Kentucky basketball. A&M off to a red.
He didn't want to call it our way. So that one goes to Texas A&M. His call went to Texas A&M. The other referee had to correct him. All right. Let's see who this call is against.
He knows how to trick you into fouls. He blew right past him that time. And the dump off to Garcia will result in a foul. And Ivisish, which is his first.
That is a great call, Tom, because as dangerous as...
So that call went against Kentucky. So Texas A&M gets the other point there. All right, for this one, we're going to look at a couple of different angles on it, and we're going to listen to what the commentators also had to say.
Reeves behind Mitchell, got deep and got a push up.
Solomon Washington's effort there was incredible. I mean, they got caught on the switch. He wasn't sure if he should take Reeves or not.
All right, so for that one, the first angle we saw there, you can clearly see the call went against Kentucky, so that is a 3rd point for Texas A&M right there. And here's another look at it.
To do is leave the ball. He finds a way to stay in front of Antonio Reeves, who's having one of the best seasons in recent memory for Kentucky. And it's going to really sell that push off there. Didn't extend very far, did Reeves, but just enough for Washington to get that call.
So the commentators even saw that one for what it was. This one's funny here because even the commentators said foul on Hepner, that'd be an and one. So they thought Kentucky would get to keep the basket and get to shoot the free throws. And just watch.
Wagner to Mitchell. And another foul on Hepner. That'll be an and one. That's your Auburn comment.
I mean, there's hardly any contact at all. He passed the ball. He was to the side of him, and he just fell down like he was hit by a train. But anyway, there we go. There's a fourth point for Texas A&M. And again, like I've said, not all of his calls are bad. I mean, this one is a jump ball, but it ends up favoring Texas A&M.
Loose ball. Garcia on the floor along with Mitchell. It will be Texas A&M basketball. How about Reed Shepard?
So another call in favor of Texas A&M. Okay, this is a jump ball. 2 players going after the jump ball here, going after the ball. And he cuts Shepard off, leaves Shepard no other avenue but over the top, and then Shepard gets whistled for the foul here. So let's check this out.
And stolen away by Radford. Shepard on top of him ends up picking up the foul.
Just the aggressiveness there by A&M. Kentucky not strong enough with the ball here. You got to handle this. And Shepard acts like he wasn't sure if he was going to get the ball, but of course you are from Onyenso out there. And they fumble the exchange, and A&M.
So he gets his legs taken out from under him. He gets whistled for the foul. But whatever. So they're 6-1. So here you have a game that they have just let all kinds of pushing and shoving go on. Very physical game. And they're going to call this touch foul.
Clean up the glass.
That should cut it. Thanks to a 7-0 run to a 3-point game. Then in 96 seconds, they went from down 3 to down 11. It's a second on Edwards. And with
all right, so there is another call in Texas A&M's favor. And again, this is just the one ref. So you would think if you pick any of the refs out and look at their calls, that every time they blow the whistle, it should be somewhere close to 50-50, right? Okay, on this play, you got people going after the rebound. And again, I'm not saying every call is a bad call. It's just would think that the numbers would end up being about halfway.
Wagner with the left, and it's rebounded by Washington, and Fierro banged into him to commit his second.
All right, so there's another one in Texas A&M's favor. So we are now looking at 8 calls to 1. This one probably hurts his soul to call it, but Dillingham kind of forced the issue.
Now Dillingham to the baseline. Scoop shot ends up in a foul on Washington.
So UK gets one in their favor there. So the foul is called on Texas A&M. Putting it at 8-2. All right, now for this one, this guy here, this ref, I still don't know his name. I've not bothered to look it up. Not going to. He watches Fierro get absolutely mugged here. This referee here bails him out and actually calls the foul. It is this guy's call, and he watches Thur get mugged and doesn't even blow the whistle. So because it's not him blowing the whistle, I'm not going to change this to 9 or 2 or 3 or whatever. I'm not going to change any of this because he doesn't blow the whistle. But I wanted to include this so that you can see that even in his no calls, they're affecting the game.
Wagner dishes to Piero, and it falls off the rim, but the foul.
He never even called it.
Emmanuel Bassick.
So in this case, I guess he doesn't want to look too obvious because, again, he's put in a situation and it's Thur coming in again. And so he figured, I guess, I better not look too obvious and actually call it this time.
Pushed by the big man for A&M to get out of position, but there's an attack at the rim. Blow the whistle there.
It's the first shot Levesque. Put Piero.
So that's one in our favor. That puts it at 8-3. So you're starting to think, well, maybe he's starting to call things more even now. All right, here we go. The next call. This is just out of bounds. Again, I'm showing every single time that he blows his whistle.
Wide open in the first half. Bradford crosses over Edwards and another Kentucky block. That is the 8th block of the game for the Cats.
So that one goes for Texas A&M, and it's not a bad call. It just went in their favor. Now here's another foul on us. Apparently, the only ones allowed to do the pushing and shoving are Texas A&M.
A&M had the home court advantage in Bryan College Station for their previous meeting, and it feels.
So there's one in Texas A&M's favor again.
Going back to the free throw line.
We're now 10-3. Now on this one, does the arrow step out of bounds? Absolutely. But he got pushed, and that's the and Calipari tells him they got shoved out of bounds. But let you all watch.
Kicks it back out, shot clock at 10. Now Piero. And he slid across the inline.
A lot of standing on that possession for Kentucky.
Telling him to call the foul. All right, that is 11 calls in Texas A&M's favor from this guy right here. All right, and here they don't even look at it, like they don't care. Like they just call it out. He calls it out of bounds on us, and you can clearly see it's not a clear call here.
Dillingham. And that one's out of bounds. Will stay this way. Team offensive rebound this time for A&M.
Tom, I do think A&M's.
He doesn't hesitate on close calls like that. He just calls it right for A&M right off the bat. Again, here doesn't hesitate to call it out of bounds on us.
Taylor tried to cross over. Went off of Wagner. Slew his subs and a line change for.
So there is 13-3. All right, finally, here's one that goes Kentucky's way.
To Dillingham. Oh, Big G with the big follow. And they'll go to the free throw line. Meanwhile.
So here we go. That puts the calls at 13-4. This, in my opinion, is the worst call that he makes because Shepard never touches him. It's actually a clean block. I'll show a couple of different angles as well, and you can see, you can read Calipari's lips.
6, Radford going to work. Fading on Shepard, who gets whistled for the foul, which will be the second on the freshman from London, Kentucky.
Shepard did a nice job really preventing him from getting all.
All right, that went against us again, so there's 14-4, and here's what Calipari had to say.
Shepard did a nice job really preventing him from getting all the way to the rim.
And Cal said simply that was not a foul. He blocked it.
I thought it was pretty clean.
Wow. All right, here we go again. He calls a jump ball, but guess whose ball it is?
11 minutes. We all got to be discipline. Players, coaches, everyone.
They are a disciplined team.
So Texas A&M gets the benefit of that call as well. So it is now 15-4. 15 in favor of Texas A&M to 4 of Kentucky, and we are not finished yet. Questionable out of bounds call here.
Radford in the gap. Nobody stops him. It'll stay with A&M.
So that's another one for A&M. We are now at 16-4. You'll have to listen to the commentators after this one too. I mean, this is the Oscar goes to.
To the kick and Jace Carter from the corner. Radford is able to draw the whistle on the rebound, and I think he just tricked everybody. He flailed as he left the ground with the ball way above his hands, and Reeves is the one that pays the price, picking up his fourth.
It seemed like a late whistle and an acting job by Radford.
It goes back to what we talked.
Smart move on Radford's. Now I'm going to leave in. So here's 17-4, and I'm going to leave in the commentary based on that as well. So this is what happens right after they called that foul on Reeves.
Taylor tees it up. Another one right down the fairway. He's got 28.
So you get a fourth foul on your All-American that sends them to the bench on that questionable call, and it leads to 3 points for A&M. Ooh, that's a tough break for Kentucky on that possession.
So apparently here on this call, Dillingham just decides to just throw it out of bounds.
Probably Dillingham lost it on the drive.
There's another call for Texas A&M. 18-4.
Taylor working on Edwards and coaches him into a foul. Just break checked him right at
The old break check. 19-4.
get a clean look, and now Dillingham has his shot blocked. Taken away by Obaseki off the tip from Taylor.
So there's the 20th call for Texas A&M.
Late clock offense.
Again, not all these calls are bad, but there's 21.
To the head to Obaseki, and A&M can just hold it.
Tom coming into this tournament, the 2.
And so there is 22. So 22-4. Now, I'm not saying that all 22 of those calls are horrible calls. Leaving the judgment out of it, 22 calls favored A&M. Now that was, the foul was called against Kentucky. It was out of bounds on Kentucky, whatever. Those types of calls. That's just leaving judgment out of it. From that one ref, 22 calls were in Texas A&M's favor. 4 were in Kentucky's favor. And you think that doesn't affect a ball game? The other 2 officials called a fair game. But very suspicious of this guy here. He did not want Kentucky to win that game. For whatever reason, I don't know. But his calls and no calls that he did impacted the game greatly. We lost by 10, which is not a lot. You guys be the judge. I don't know. My name's Darth Slone. Not my typical style of video. It's kind of an anomaly, but it's been eating at me. It's a Monday. I've had time to dwell on it. Didn't want to make this video out of emotion. So I've calmed her down a little bit. You guys can be your own judge. I'd appreciate a sub, a like, and if you're into hunting and fishing, catch one of my live streams doing that. You guys have an awesome and blessed day. Catch you in the next video.